I have three categories you can choose from. I'm going to share them with you. It will go quickly. These are three things that came to my mind as I remembered my friend and my colleague. When Marion Philo died at almost 96, her death wasn't of cancer or stroke or car crash. She died of a completed life. Decades of faithful and fruitful living, replete with Marion's spark of love spreading infectiously to others, had left her tired at the end. She finished her last breath inhaling family love and exhaling peace. Jesus from the cross said, "It's finished," and he gave up the spirit. Some would say he threw in the towel. Others would say he had no more zip left to give. There's a Greek word, I don't know much about Greek, but which my professors would be happy to tell you, were they still alive. There's a Greek word for finish. It's called telos, T-E-L-O-S. Jesus' life had reached its telos, its end, its goal, not depletion, but completion. Not quitting, but fulfilling. As with Jesus, so with Marion. They both died of a completed life, a good finish. Number two, if I had the means to add to her marker, I would put that Marion Philo was an abider. Now, I don't know if that's a word, but to abide means to remain or to stay. The word comes to us in the Gospel of John, where post-resurrection the disciples are walking down the road to Emmaus. Have no idea where that is. And Jesus walks with them and says, "Hey guys, what's up? What's going on?" And they said, "Well, haven't you heard?" Etc., etc. Well, it started to get dark. And they said, "Look, eventide is about here. Why don't you stay with us for the evening?" And of course, I hope you know the rest of the story. They recognized who Jesus was. They went back in the town, and the rest is history. Well, at least faith history anyway. But the word has a deeper meaning in the New Testament. And that's what I want you to take away today. To abide is to participate in an ongoing process of renewal through our presence with others. It's not just hanging out or hanging around. In the Greek, it's an action word. It's an action word. To abide with one another is to remain an active part of you and her and anyone else you came across. Marion Philo shared in a common fellowship and mission. She abided and was active to the moment she was received into the next eternity. 2. This is my last thought to you. Can you hear me if I'm out here? Okay. Yeah, my mouth's still big. Marion and I love the phrase, living the question. She didn't always look for answers, but she loved the questions. And in the questions, she found her way and gave you a different way to look at life. Faith and doubt were all part of the same energy for Mary. Made you look harder. Made you push a little beyond what the easy answer might be. So, in closing, now I know some of you, this is progressive Christianity. Oh my God. Okay. Did you know Mary and Philo was a stripper? But you didn't know that part, did you? Huh? Mary and I had some secrets. Anyway, this is a poem that was written entitled Stripped by God. It won't tell you about God, but it will tell you what the reciprocal relationship with God might look like. What would happen if I pursued God, if I filled my pockets with openness, grabbed a thermos half full of fortitude, and crawled into the cave of the Almighty face first? Eyes peeled, heart hesitantly following until I was face to face with the raw, pulsing beat of mystery. That's a capital M. What if I entered and it looked different than anybody had ever described? Thus living the question. What if the cave was too large to be fully known? Far too extensive to be comprehended by one person or one group? Too vast for one dogma or doctrine? Would I shatter at such a thought? She never shattered. Perish from paradox or puzzle? Shrink and shrivel before the power? Would God be diminished if I lived the question rather than a statement? Would I lose my faith if I discovered the magnitude of grace? Capital G. Oh, for the willingness to explore, to leave my tiny vocabulary at the entrance of the cave and stand before you naked, stripped of pretense and rigidity, disrobed of self-righteousness and tidy packages, stripped of all that holds me at a distance from you and your world that you want me to have. Strip me, O God, then clothe me with curiosity and courage. Yep. Mary Philo was a stripper. In every sense of the Word. We're going to close with Marion. Believe it or not, you're going to hear some words from her. It's not very long. You say, oh, when a preacher says that. No, it's only about 4 minutes. Wish it was longer. Quite frankly, you wouldn't have seen me up here that long. This is one of her last teachings with family and friends. Those that were gathered with her, you will hear her voice. You will see her grace. You will experience her love. It's from the Gospel of Luke. It talks about a mustard seed.